1. Curriculum design. Inadvertent deception. Have you ever had a prospect come to you and ask, "Do you teach your style?" Me neither, with the exception of people who had trained before. Most students know nothing about styles. They especially don't know the complexity that most styles pride themselves in. People don't know about styles because people don't care about styles. They only care about their experience and the benefits of that experience. Was the only reason that you were raised in that style is simply because the school was the closest that you could afford? That certainly was the case for me and my brothers. Had we been raised in a different style, I'm sure we would have thought it was the best as well. Have you ever told your students that your style is the best because of? I did too. We have to convince students that all the extra baggage we're about to unload on them is worth it because our style is the best. Here's the kicker. If my style is the best, how can your style be the best? It can't be, because no style is the best. The best thing I ever did for my school was to throw out the style. I mean everything. I stopped teaching front, back, crane, cat, and every other stance but fighting stance. I focused on footwork rather than mastering these rigid, clunky kata stances. I stopped teaching all traditional blocks and replaced them with the blocks that we used in sparring and self-defense. Instead of a rigid, upright position with our chin up a la kata, we focused on head movement by slipping and weaving. I always felt like my head was being teed up during kata. I kept all of the kicks but stopped requiring the difficult ones for rank. We did them in class, but it was no longer a belt requirement to do a jump spinning back kick for blue belt. This way, the less athletic 40-year-old was not at a disadvantage compared to a 16-year-old hotshot. The difficult kicks became a fun, athletic challenge more than an embarrassing belt exam exhibition. I replaced traditional kata, which I loved, with fighting forms. They accomplished everything a kata did, but were far more fluid. Rather than hiding the self-defense secrets in the complex movement of a kata, the fighting form was direct and clear. By the way, why would anyone teach hidden self-defense? That is just senseless. Overall, the effect was congruency. It makes no sense to me to spend the first half of a class teaching students to pull their hands back to their hip and keep their head up, and then, when it comes time to do pad work and spar, we tell them to keep your hands up, move. When I made the change, our school exploded with much higher retention and enrollments. We could integrate a new student into the class in less than 4 minutes. There was no more of this, "You wouldn't actually use this stance and block, but in a few years you'll understand how to apply it. It just takes practice and discipline." The curriculum I created has evolved into Empower Kickboxing.